Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Ultimate Review. In this episode, I'm going to give you the most in-depth and unbiased review of the Tronsmart Bang SE. So Tronsmart did send this out to me, but don't worry, the opinions that I'm going to share in this review are absolutely my own. This is not a paid sponsorship, they're not paying me anything to just say good stuff. They just want me to give my genuine thoughts on this product, and that is exactly what I'm going to give. So rest assured, this is going to be a fully unbiased and in-depth review. And I have a lot of good things to say about this speaker. So let's begin. So it comes in the usual packaging, and inside the box you get the user manual, a card explaining what the sound pulse technology is, which I'll also explain later, a 3.5mm audio jack, a USB-C to USB-A cable for charging, and of course the Tronsmart Bang SE speaker itself. Now talking about the features of the Tronsmart Bang SE, so this is a 40 watt RMS speaker rocking Bluetooth version 5.3. It has IPX6 water resistance. It packs a 4000 mAh battery inside, which Tronsmart claims that with the LEDs off is going to give you a continuous playback time of 24 hours at 50% volume and up to 5 hours at 100% volume. So in both the cases with the LEDs off, that is how you get the maximum battery life. Now it also supports true wireless stereo, so you can buy two of these, pair them together and get true left and right channel separation and get the true stereo experience. And with Tronsmart speakers, it's got something called the sound pulse technology, which is a proprietary technology that Tronsmart uses in its speakers. And I'm going to talk about this in detail when I give you my full in-depth review of the sound quality. But if I have to explain what it is, so basically it's an algorithm which works together with the chip inside to give you more balanced, more detailed and more well-defined audio. So it basically broadens the sound stage, and it probably does that in real time to analyze the track that you're playing, and it does make a difference, but more on that later. Now in terms of connectivity options, apart from Bluetooth version 5.3, at the back of the speaker you have this flap which hides its other physical connectivity options. So you have a USB port. Now this port can be used to plug in your pen drive and listen to your favorite songs, or you can also use the same port as a power bank. So yes, the Tronsmart SE has a power bank option and you can charge any device. Apart from that, you have a USB-C port for charging this speaker, an aux port and a micro SD card slot. Now in terms of build quality, so it is the usual mixture of plastic and a metal mesh grill in the front. It's got two rubber feet at the bottom to keep the speaker in place when you're playing it at max volume so it doesn't move about. Now at the top of the speaker you have a single rubber strip which houses all your usual multifunction control buttons. So you have the power button, you have the sound pulse technology button, the volume rockers, play pause button, the true wireless stereo button, and the LED button to cycle through the different LED modes that it has, and you can even turn it off to save battery. Now yes, this also has an inbuilt microphone, so you can take your calls on this and also summon your voice assistant, whether it's Siri or Google Assistant. Now in the front it's got two full range drivers and those are lit up by LEDs. And on the sides, it's got the passive radiators which also are circled by LEDs and which look really cool in the dark. So if you're a fan of the LED light show, it's okay, you can keep it on. I'm personally not a fan of it and I keep it off to get better battery life as always. By the way, if you are enjoying this review, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Alright, back to the review. Okay, so now let's get into the main thing, which is the audio quality. Now, before I give you my breakdown of the audio quality, let me just say that at the end of the episode, you're going to get the sound test where I'm going to play two tracks at max volume on the speaker, and I'm going to cycle through the default EQ mode and the sound pulse EQ mode so that you can get a difference. But for now, let me give you my verdict on how it sounded in my testing. So you guys know that I always judge speakers based on how they produce the three main frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: highs, mids, and lows. Highs where the really sharp sounding instruments are, mids where the vocals lie, and the lows are the bass. Now, starting off with the high frequencies, now this is always a frequency that most speakers get wrong. They try to overdo it, try to over sharpen, and at max volume, they start to crackle, they start to distort, and it ruins the experience. But I'm glad to say that the Tronsmart SE handled the highs like a boss. They were sharp, clearly audible, didn't get muffled by the mid frequencies or the vocals. There was no crackling whatsoever and it sounded very, very natural. Now, while the high frequencies are absolutely fine on their own, I found that when I turned on the sound pulse mode, it just gave it a beautiful boost in the sense that the sharpness was increased even further. I could hear even more detail without compromising on quality. So it wasn't just some cheap sharpness, not some gimmicky boost in the higher frequencies. It actually brought out more detail, and I was very impressed by that. Alright, now let's talk about the mid frequencies or the vocals. Again, vocals are something which is very difficult for most speakers to produce naturally, where it sounds natural and good, because they try to make it too sharp, where the vocals sound unnatural, artificially sharpened, and just hollow. Again, the Tronsmart Bang SE really pleasantly surprised me because the vocals sounded very natural. I keep craving for that warmth, the natural tonality which is there in our vocals, and that was beautifully rendered by the Tronsmart Bang SE. And when you turn on the sound pulse mode, the vocals sound even more detailed without sounding hollow. It maintains the warmth. Again, it is very separate from the high frequencies. There was no muffling, and it didn't get eaten up by the bass as well. So the vocals were also very good. And finally, we have the low end or the bass. Now this is a very important frequency because all of us crave thick, juicy bass. So the Tronsmart Bang SE delivers. So whether you're using it without the sound pulse mode or with it, the bass is punchy. It has that thump and it sounds very good, and it's round without any distortion even at max volume, which was very impressive. And when you turn on the sound pulse mode, the overall volume takes a boost, the highs and mids are also boosted with quality intact, and the bass response also increases by a small margin. But even in general, the bass response is really good. So whether you're going to watch movies and relay the sound through the speaker, or you're going to listen to some bass heavy music, it'll do justice and you're not going to miss the bass at all. Alright guys, so that was my review of the Tronsmart Bang SE. Right now I'm going to leave you with the sound test where 2 tracks will play at max volume, and I'm going to cycle between the sound pulse technology off and on. So at the beginning of the track, it's going to be off, and midway I'm going to turn on the sound pulse technology in both the tracks so you guys can get an idea what difference it makes and what the sound quality is. And obviously there will be a label on top which will notify you of the same. So if you have any further questions, do let me know in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. So if you enjoyed this video, please make my day by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. And as always, I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.